All right, I got a little surprise for you and something I'm going to be trying soon. Mountain House freeze-dried foods have gone up in price like everything else. Now, you can get into a lot of money. I mean, a lot of people can eat two Mountain Houses. They're 10 to 12 bucks a piece. You can get into 20, 22 bucks just for one meal if you're eating two. Crazy. Now, for that much money, you might as well be eating steak. I mean, you can eat some pretty extravagant things if the food's getting that expensive. Now, everybody goes that route because they're all super light. Do you really need to be super light? I mean, to a certain extent, yes. I mean, if you're hiking the Appalachian Trail, I guess you want to be light every way you can. But I don't like living out of a cup. Tried it, did it for years. Um, Not anymore. I mean, freeze-dried food's okay, but it's not my first thing I would want to have. A lot of salt. There's nothing healthy in it. It's extremely bad for you. So I've gone a different route that I'm going to be trying. And I picked this up. And this is a 6-can cooler. Super affordable. Okay? I cut the straps off it. I don't need the straps. I'm not going to put it over my shoulders. This is going to go right in my pack. It weighs 5.2 ounces. I mean, 5.2 ounces. Nuts, right? Now, inside, they say it's waterproof. I wouldn't trust it. It's a very cheap zipper. But it's got, silver lining. It's got a little bit of insulation. Not super amount. And I would not trust it to be a regular cooler. It's got a zipper in the front. I need to put a few things in there. Fork, spoons, whatever. That's insulated too, believe it or not. So I'll leave that just like this. So what's my plan for this thing? Super light. If I freeze a steak and I wrap it in tinfoil and I shove it in here, and then I put, I don't know, 1 or 2 water bottles frozen inside here, because that'll be my ice. As the water bottle's thawed, I can drink that, right? I imagine I could get 2, maybe 3 days. I think 2. But I might be able to get quite a bit out of that. Now, I wouldn't put chicken. You might want to cook the chicken in an oven, let it cool, and then pop it in the freezer and freeze it, then put it in tin foil. And then decide what kind of meal you're going to make from that. I mean, you can make chicken tacos, beef tacos. I mean, you can get pretty extravagant with your meals if you're working with fresh meat. Now, this ain't going to last a whole week. But most people, when they go out for a hike, they usually go overnight or for 2 nights. You should be able to take, a couple days of food within this 5.5 ounce 6-can cooler thing. And you're now not eating Mountain House that is totally unhealthy for you. Now, my cook system is pretty heavy. It is all titanium, but it's pretty heavy. It allows me to steam, fry. I mean, literally, I can cook just about anything and have a banquet. It's not a titanium cup you just throw water in. When I'm going for a day or two, I want to be able to eat some regular meals. But my entire cook system is heavier than most people. But again, that becomes your choice on what you want to carry. When I see Mountain House at 12 bucks, I can't even reach out and take it off the shelf. I'm like, ugh, I just can't do it. I mean, I've heard stories of people saying, oh, it's sawdust, they flavor it up. I mean, when you look at the salt intake and everything that's on the back, I'm just like, what are they doing? And it's ridiculous how much it costs. Now, I understand everything's going up in price due to recessions and everything else, and everybody just ups their prices and that's it. But it is ridiculous how much they cost. I mean, if I wanted to go for 3 weekends, I'd be into $100 easy. For that much money, I mean, I could cook an entire shrimp dinner out there. With sauteed noodles and everything else if I wanted to. I mean, Mountain House just don't cut it. And when all I got to do is buy something like this for like 10 bucks, and throw some food in it. Now I'm eating regular food. It only weighs a little over 5 ounces. Doesn't that make more sense? It does to me. I'll have a link to this in the bottom. You can check it out. But, and like I said, I cut the strap off. I think it was at like, I don't know, close to 7 or 8 ounces with the strap on. So I just cut the strap off with the scissors. And I wouldn't run, they say it's waterproof and stuff. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't just throw ice in there. You're going to get it all over your pack. Now, if you're going to throw a baggie in there or a Ziploc or something like that, and then you're going to throw ice in it, okay, that might be okay, and it might work for what you want. I personally am just going to run a couple water bottles that are frozen and throw them in there, because then there's nothing's going to get anywhere. Steak or anything, I'll just, tinfoil keeps things pretty good. This has a little bit of insulation, not much, but it's going to work pretty good. Now, depending on the pack you got, please note, if you got a pack where everything sits against your back, you don't want this sitting against your back, because then you're just warming it up, right? You may want to set this closer to the top, where you're not trying to warm up the inside of this. Being I have a frame on my pack, it does not sit on my back, so it doesn't matter where I put it. But I think this is a good idea. And this comes in multiple colors. Super cheap. Allows you to get away from Mountain House and those freeze-dried foods. And you can actually get some really good healthy meals for yourself. You're not going, out there for months at a time. And this ain't something you're going to use for an actual bug out. But until that day comes, why not eat healthy and enjoy your food, instead of eating like some people say, that stuff is just, sawdust with a bunch of salt in it. Like I said, links in the bottom. Go check it out. You might want to add it to your backpack. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.